Welcome to part one of Why Some People Never Get Sick, a book that I wrote several years ago. We've all heard the familiar term that in life you must strike a balance. And this is so true in how our lives, how we live, we must strike a balance with the external world that we live in, like work versus rest versus family life. But it's also true for finding a balance within our own body, our own health, our so-called internal milieu. Modern medicine in the 21st century has no doubt made huge advances in testing for and treating illness, and it continues to break many new grounds. Yet increasing number of health consumers are today returning to natural therapies. Why? Natural therapies work with the idea of homeostasis or balance, or a natural return to balance. In good health, your body is in balance. On the other hand, with poor health or disease, it's really a dis-ease or unease, because your body is feeling a disturbance in this harmony. So to be natural in preventive therapy is to ensure that your body's inbuilt tendency to return to balance is operating, and by creating the best conditions for this balance to happen. Equilibrium. The first and foremost law of nature is the law of order. God has ordained order. Order is the first law in heaven. It is also the first law of health and life on earth. Our bodies, the same as Mother Nature, the same as in the universe in which we all live, are all maintained by law and order. Maintaining law and order is the key to maintaining health. The body is always striving to maintain order and harmony. This principle is seen in many Eastern medical practices, like you see in Chinese and Indian medical practices and meditation. The body is designed to and has the capacity to self-regulate, self-correct, and where possible, heal itself. Every living thing on the planet, including vegetation, has this inbuilt genetic code of self-survival and self-restoration. Homeostasis refers to harmonic order within the cells and systems of the body. Where there's harmony, there's health. As a human, we also live in a greater ecosystem with all the bees, the fish, the fowls, and vegetation, and all other forms of life of the living soil and the total environment at large. There's the need for balance in everything, including all the small little germs that we cannot see, to fit harmoniously in its own place. All in the ecosystem coexist in accordance to their inherent genetic and biological needs, and life continues without a serious threat to the survival of any species. Within the human ecosystem, when man alters this homeostasis, either by wrong lifestyle or diet, the balance within him is disrupted. Man and germs. We are flooded with germs in this world. Microorganisms of different types are found everywhere. In every grain of soil, there are about 100 million bacteria, while a dead skin cell on the scalp contains about 500 million bacteria. The air we breathe, the doorknobs, our clothes, fingernail scrapings, pets, as well as the food we eat, all shelter bacteria. Fortunately, most of these are harmless to human beings, meaning they are all not pathogenic or harmful. Mother Nature used germs to do the breakdown work on Earth, like they break down a lot of organic matter. This is even true in body form. Germs, for instance, offer protection from pathogenic bacteria and nutritive benefits from its decomposition work. Pathogenic bacteria can predominate when our body's internal environment becomes filthy as a result of unhealthy living practices. The key then is to restore the internal environment in which good germs can thrive and the balance of the microbial ecosystem. Modern medicine, however, disturbs this balance by waging war and try to fight diseases with their wide range of drugs to kill the invading armies of germs that they think is causing the disease, but rather it causes disease or unease. The sad truth is that these chemical drugs are also toxic to the body, and it is well known that thousands of people die a year because of them. A lot has happened since 1928 when Alexander Fleming, in the picture, discovered penicillin. Men and bugs started the ongoing foot race. It is a race that the lead keeps changing. We're seeing in press reports how many bugs are resistant to antibiotics, hence more powerful drugs are needed the more antibiotics you use. It's a merry-go-round, and it's an ongoing foot race between men and bugs. Antibiotics destroy friendly bacteria in the body, particularly the bowels, giving rise to digestive and intestinal problems. In recent time, many drugs were withdrawn from the market because it was discovered subsequently that harmful effects outweigh the benefits. These range from drugs that lead to weight loss, arthritis drugs, and drugs that treat menopausal symptoms. Mother Nature does not use a sledgehammer to maintain order in the world. Her system is about balance and variety, and without force. The gatekeeper of your health. How true it is. You've always heard that you are what you eat, rubbish in, rubbish out. Indeed, better health starts with the gut. You eat and drink, and whatever goes into your gut is digested and spread throughout your body. The gut is hence colonized and protected by many microflora, otherwise known as good bacteria, to prevent overgrowth of pathogenic or bad bacteria, and modulates disease processes and prevents widespread inflammatory disorders. These are the gatekeepers of health in the gastrointestinal tract. The correct balance of microflora in the gastrointestinal system is fundamental to health maintenance and disease prevention. A complex community of microorganisms inhabits the gastrointestinal tract, the colon being the main site of microbial colonization. The indigenous flora is considered to compose of more than 400 different strains of good bacteria, making 4 pounds of every individual's body weight. So for me, nearly 80 over kilos, about 1 to 2 kilos of me is the microflora or the good bacteria. This vast population of microorganisms far exceed the number of tissue cells that make up the body. If functioning properly, this vast unseen world of bacteria guards your body against harmful bacteria like yeast and virus and certain harmful bacteria, stimulates the function of the entire digestive system, produces some essential vitamins and regulate their levels, helps maintain the body's vital chemical and hormonal balance, and it performs a vast number of necessary tasks to maintain high energy levels and a proper functioning immune system. Microbial metabolism provides 50% of the daily energy requirements of the colonocytes, or the cells lining the colon, by fermenting carbohydrates to organic acid, mainly butyrate. And butyrate is protective against colorectal cancer. As you can see, this vast internal ecosystem, also known as the human intestinal flora, dramatically influences and to a certain degree even directs every individual state of health, the body's metabolism, and even our lifespan. It is important to hence understand that both good and harmful bacteria or microorganisms inhabit the human intestinal tract simultaneously. They enjoy a complex symbiotic relationship with each other. In fact, in many cases, each contributes to the overall function and health of the intestinal tract while keeping each other in check at the same time. For example, even unfriendly microorganisms, such as small colonies of Candida that inhabits the intestinal tract, carry out important tasks of digesting sugars and releasing vital enzymes, nutrients, and other essential substances as byproducts of their metabolism. Normally, good bacteria such as Lactobacillus acidophilus and others keep these candida in check. They prevent the candida from over-colonizing and spreading elsewhere in the body. But if conditions which allow the candida to grow uncontrollably prevails, their once beneficial work turns grossly destructive to the human host and may result in an infectious spread to other areas of the body. Of course, under undisturbed conditions, the balance of beneficial microorganisms to harmful microorganisms remains relatively stable. The intestinal functions run smoothly, with digestion and metabolism operating at peak levels, providing essential enzymes, nutrients, and chemicals to the rest of the body. Healthy conditions hence prevails. It is only when the ecology of the gastrointestinal tract becomes disturbed or otherwise altered that the balance of friendly microorganisms to unfriendly organisms becomes disrupted, and serious health problems could begin to occur. So in the next video, we'll explain why this balance can be disrupted and why some people get sick so